I'm going to talk about parafunction. Just like Dr. Eisberg is passionate about radiography. This is so terrific to watch her talk about what she knows, but then when you talk about what her passion is, man, she's on it. I just loved it when she showed that, how the cone says, no, that is not. Oh, that's what I need to hear. I don't want any, well, some feel that no. Yeah, we got it. Love that. And then this, I wanted to do that. It was just so great. So everything boils down to diagnosis. And in dentistry, specifically in the two parts of diagnosis is always two things. It's always the nature and the cause of a disease or injury. Dentistry is fantastic at identifying the nature of a disease or injury. We describe the nature of the disc, where it goes, when it gets there, the force on it, the shape of the teeth, the wear facet on the teeth, the condition of the musculature, how the teeth line up when they're clenching, what this kind of pain. Oh, we're fantastic. But when it gets to the cause of how it got that way, or how it stays that way, we don't get there. If you're an emergency room physician and a guy walks in with a broken femur, what's your diagnosis? Broken femur. Okay, if you're going to base your treatment on that half of a diagnosis, and your treatment is a cast on his set femur, and then next week he breaks it again, you thought it was from a car accident. No, he's got bone marrow cancer. The guy's breaking all over the place. Your treatment needed to be more than the setting of that leg. Because how did that leg break? Or why does it keep on breaking? So diagnosis is always two things. The nature of the disease or injury, the stuff that you describe and the stuff people tell you, and then how did it get that way, or how is it staying that way? Because until you know both things, your treatment plan is missing half the thing. And in our world, we're still going to be managing, but we've got to know how it gets that way. So I look at this, what I call a diagnostic cycle. We have a purposeful function with masticatory structures. You've got to chew food. You've got to swallow. You've got to talk. We have purposeful function that obligates us to have necessary forms to do that purposeful function. You have certain food that you're going to chew. You have to incise. We have forms that provide that purposeful function. Those forms that we have allow us to do things that you don't have to do. You don't need to do some of the stuff that people do with their teeth and jaws. It's purposeless. But you do it, and you can, so you do. And if there's no signs or no symptoms, okay. So trigeminally mediated disorders. Oh, I see what it is. Migraine is a massive, massive problem. Migraine prevention, by the way, is the #1 unsatisfied market in the pharmaceutical industry. They would love a pill for migraine prevention. They can't get it. We'll talk about that later. Their next is, well, how about prevention or cessation of migraine pain? How about Imitrex? How much does Imitrex sell in 2005? $1.1 billion in one drug. It's a $3.3 billion market, migraine abortion. That's the abortive medication. $3.3 billion. Preventatives? No one. Quick, someone name the migraine prevention drug.
Topamax.
Dopamax makes you forget what you did about an hour ago. So there's a whole bunch of drugs that we're going to talk about. Depakote makes you fat and nauseous. Works great. Chicks will not take it. Topamax, they lose their appetite and they lose some weight. Dopamax. That's why Topamax is the #1 migraine prevention medication, because the side effects are agreeable. Here's something. USA, 12% of the population reports migraine. If you're in Switzerland, it's worse. I looked up here. I wanted to show Dr. Eisberg. There's no migraine in Sweden, so I'm moving. That way. How does it stay that way? So you've got these 4 inputs into the trigeminal sensory nucleus. The assumption is it must be receiving excessive nociception. It gets too much bad news. It can't handle the bad news. So when I ask somebody, how are you feeling? They go, up yours. Has she been bothering you all day? Because it wasn't me. So